But
Now,
hello and welcome to our intermediate milestone 1 for Team Parrhesia. Parrhesia, translated from Greek, is speak freely in English. And with you today is myself, Travis Zuha, and my teammate, Evan Stolman. And right now I'm going to pass you off to Evan Stolman. He's going to talk about the integration piece that we have set up.
so before we dive into integration, I'm going to go ahead and give some background on this project. So the reason we actually came up with Parrhesia is when we were looking through the introductory thread where everybody was introducing themselves, we noticed that we had a very diverse background amongst us as classmates. And with 500 people in the class, I mean, it's really obvious that we all come from different areas. So what we wanted to do is create a tool that would essentially break the language barrier. We want anybody to be able to upload any educational video and then have that video translated into their language and downloaded to their machine with the captions embedded so they can learn from anybody. So me as an English speaker, that's the only language I'm fluent in. I could learn and study from somebody who speaks Mandarin if they upload their lecture videos uh, to YouTube or any other video site, and I can pull down the video and then upload it here. So that's really where we came up with Parrhesia. And I'm going to go ahead and now hand you back over to Travis so that he can talk about the technology stack behind our application.
So currently our application runs Angular 6 for the UI, and we are running Node.js to serve up our front end. Node.js, more specifically Express.js for our backend calls, our backend integration between Google and our project itself, and any create any database calls that need to happen to save the links in the translations and the transcriptions and the translators themselves, and that is all saved in a MongoDB.
So now we're going to go ahead and jump into our tool overview and the capabilities that we currently have. So Travis did a good job the very first week setting up the frameworks for both the UI and the backend, while I worked on the API calls because we're using both the Google speech-to-text API to get the transcription of the video, along with the Translate API to actually do the translation. We figured that there's no reason to reinvent the wheel there, so we decided to use some robust APIs. They're going to have better machine learning models and the artificial intelligence needed to actually do this, and in a 5-week turnaround, it's just not possible for us. So with that, here's the landing page that we've created. There's an input selection. You can either upload a video from your local PC or do a YouTube video by copying and pasting the URL. I'm going to go ahead and click on the upload video, Travis. This functionality doesn't actually work, but we do have the widgets in there, placeholders, so you can click on that button right there, and it will prompt you to pick a file. Like I said, none of that capability works, so this isn't going to get you anywhere. However, you can click the YouTube URL, and we actually grabbed the YouTube video, the mentorship video from the introductory videos for this class. So go ahead and paste that in there. Yep. The source language is going to be English, so you can start typing. It'll autocomplete. And then our destination language, whatever you're feeling, Travis. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. All right. So once you type in your source and destination, the buttons at the bottom become available. The download video feature doesn't exist yet. We're still working through creating the caption file and actually embedding that into the video, which is actually quite complicated. So that should be there for the second milestone. If not, it definitely will be for the end. Go ahead and click the download transcript. So this capability does work. It'll block out the screen so you can't click any other buttons. And so this is our backend. So these log statements are what I'm printing out. And the first thing it does is it's going to go there and it's going to grab the YouTube video. And I was having some problems with the Google API with uploading an MP4 straight to it. So the process that kind of takes the longest is actually ripping out the audio and creating that. It's called a FLAC file, which is a lossless audio file. And so what it does is I essentially wrote code that will rip out the audio and create this file, and then that file is what's going to get sent to the Google API, which is what you'll see here. It'll get sent to the speech to text first, get that transcript, and then we'll take that text that we get from the transcription and we're going to feed it right in with the inputs for source and destination language so that we get our translation, which is what you can see right here. Flipping back over to our web app, we get 2 downloads. So I wanted to print out both the English and the German download just so that we could see, what is actually getting fed to Google versus what the video says. On top of that, we then can see what was actually translated. So that's all that I have for the translation and transcription piece. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Travis to talk about the capabilities we have for our translators.
So for the intermediate milestone 1, for the translators, basically we needed to be able to get the this main page set up and ready to go so that Evan could go ahead and move on with his pieces to be able to link the UI to the back end. And then I have a placeholder set up for the registration, running the same idea that we did with the language of competence, meaning that you could go ahead and type, okay, I'm fluent in English, I'm also fluent in German, and I am also fluent in Spanish. Now, this doesn't work 100% yet. We will. That's for the next milestone. But the idea is that you could register. Anybody can be registered as a translator. They can click the register button, and then they can go ahead and click the translator login button. Now, I myself have created a user in my own MongoDB database to be able to handle this login capability. And as you can see here, I'm a translator. I'm fluent in English, Spanish, and German. And this is as far as we've gotten on the translator piece, and this is all we needed to complete milestone 1, with the idea that the next milestone you will have the ability to search for translations in Spanish or German of your or a better way to describe it, search for transcriptions in your competent languages. You can open those and you can see them side-by-side comparisons while also clicking on the sentences and be able to link those sentences in the translation to the transcription. And then when you're able to update it, you will send a notification to the user that originally asked for the translation of that video from YouTube.
So we'd just like to thank you guys for watching our video. We have a lot of good work to come. We're really excited about this project, so just stay tuned. We really think that we're doing some good stuff. Thanks.